Hello, I wanted to take this opportunity to also highlight some of the books that I've acquired recently. I've acquired a lot over the last couple of weeks, but the first one is The Slave Shall Serve Meditations on Liberty by James Wasserman. Um, I've sort of like skimmed through the book, um, and it has a very obviously right wing leaning to it, very obvious right up from the get go. But I have read other right wing books in the past. I read a book called Freedom um, by Stephen Holler. Holler. Um, uh, uh, Path Toward a Voluntary Society, something of that. And it was very much a libertarian um, type book, but it kind of filtered it through a hermetic lens. And there were some portions of it that I agreed with that, so I kind of filtered it through my own political views, uh, my own left wing political views. And for me, I subscribe to the uh, quote from Aristotle that says it is the sign of an educated man to be able to entertain an idea without fully accepting it. And so that's just what I'm doing. The next book is Giordano Bruno and the Hermetic Tradition. Um, I've definitely seen this recommended by tons of different people with regards to the Hermeticism and understanding Hermeticism. I have another book that's on the way. It's called The Way of Hermes. It's supposed to be also another highly recommended book. Um, there's one thing about me that you might not know. I love the Viking Portable Library books. So I got a whole bunch off of eBay. The first one I'm going to show you is the Portable World Bible. If you were stranded on a desert island and you wanted something to basically be like a entire like interfaith dialogue on spirituality, this would be the book you'd want on that desert island. It has all sorts of different scriptures from Hindu, Confucianism, Taoism, uh, Islam, Buddhism, Christian, Judeo Christian, Zoroastrianism. It has a whole bunch of different sacred scriptures from around the world and throughout history. The second one um, is the Portable Mark Twain. I love Mark Twain. He's one of my favorite authors. Um, I've read I read a little bit of his autobiography, so I find him to be a very fascinating individual. The next one is The Portable Shakespeare. Um, Also a fan of Shakespearean drama. My favorite play is a Midsummer Night's Dream. Sorry, excuse me. Um, I love that play. That's in here plus six other plays, Romeo and Juliet, Hamlet, all of that sort of things. And there is a collection of his sonnets. There's excerpts from other plays. So, also, just on a side note, um, William Shakespeare is my 11th great granduncle. So that's another reason why I like Shakespeare is because, it's nice to have a famous relative. Um, but then this next book is the Portable Beat Reader. So it has um, uh, authors from the Beat generation, like Jack Kerouac, poetry by Allen Ginsberg, um, like Naked Lunch, excerpts from Naked Lunch by William Burroughs, and a whole bunch of different Beat Generation writers and their spouses, their um, and friends and stuff, giving them sort of like biographical excerpts about them. And so it's really it provides for me it provides more of an expanded narrative of what the Beat Generation is. I'm a big fan of Jack Kerouac. I've read a portion of On the Road. I'm really bad about starting and stopping books, but I always come back to them eventually. The next book that I have is The Portable Bernard Shaw. George Bernard Shaw is a very interesting writer. I've wanted to get into him for a while. I'm also looking to get into Leo Tolstoy. Not necessarily for like to read War and Peace or Anna Karenina or any of his fiction, even though I want to at a later date. But I would love to. But I'm interested in his spiritual writings, because of his Christian asceticism and stuff like that. So I want to get into that aspect of his life and stuff. The last book on this list is The Portable Charles Dickens. Now, this version of the book is different from the other ones, considering it's a hardback. It has, what's interesting about this book is that it has the entire novel of Great Expectations, which I always have wanted to read. And then it has little excerpts and stuff from all of his other different novels. And so I've just been very interested in getting into more of Dickens. When I was in high school, I did a paper on a biographical sketch on his life. So that was very interesting to do. I used I think I used PowerPoint presentation for that. But yeah, I'm very interested in getting to read these books and dive in. I just recently finished This Is Chaos, and I'm currently working on reading Crowley's Aha. It's a very thin book. Thin books only take a very short time amount to read, and it's mostly poetry. The whole book, except for the commentaries on it, is all like poetry, but it's like mystical poetry. But I'll talk about that when I get around to, like, if you guys want a review of that book where I talk about it more, let me know in the comments. Otherwise, have a great day, everybody. Take care.